Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your weekend advice reading for the weekend of August the 5th, the 6th and the 7th, 2016. However, I always say whenever you hear the message is when you're meant to hear it, when it will do you the most good to hear the message, so try not to get too hung up on the date. So let's just jump right in. Okay, the message for this weekend I feel revolves around healing and listening to our intuition when it comes to our health. And this can be our physical health, our emotional health, just overall health and well-being. Really listening to our intuition. I also feel like incorporating fun activities, childlike activities that give us joy this weekend. I feel like that is going to restore faith for some of us and restore our energy levels for others, restore or bring us back to good health in general. And I feel like diet is important. Okay, we've got a bunch of cards talking about how our diet is important, and maybe it's a good time to look at our diet because I feel that at this time we're more sensitive. I feel like our sensitivity is increasing because we're each of us is experiencing some sort of spiritual growth. Okay, it depends where we are, what we're working with, what we're focusing on, experiences we're having at this time. But I do feel like we're all going through some sort of spiritual awakening, some sort of spiritual growth, and so that makes us more sensitive, more emotional perhaps, and I feel like we pick up on other people's energies a lot easier than we used to, and perhaps more importantly, these energies stay with us, and so we feel more drained by being around other people or working with people, especially if we are healers, or if we do any sort of healing work, or if we just focus on being of service to those around us. And so I feel like the message for this weekend is meant to help us recharge our batteries and help us find a balance between how much we give to others and how much we give to ourselves, and also find a way to maintain healthy energy levels as we do healing work, or as we are of service to those around us, or to nature, to the planet in general. So let's get started. So I'm going to take you through the cards as usual and then tie the message together. So here's what we have. We have a beautiful apricot card talking about rejoicing and laughing. That is important. We have focus upon divine and perfect health, okay, which is our message from Archangel Michael. And the prayer reads, God and Archangel Michael, thank you for continuously reminding me to focus upon perfect health and for guiding my actions so that they support my well-being. Tarot cards, we have the Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Cups. So definitely all about our emotions, our sensitivity, our healing abilities, really being the focus for us this weekend. We also have diet is important here, and consult a nutritionist. And these two cards, these are our messages from Archangel Raphael, which is the divine healer. Okay, he heals everything and everyone who asks for his support. And so the message from Archangel Michael actually talks about looking at our diet as well. So diet is a really important aspect for us to look at this weekend, I feel. And again, I feel that it is connected to our sensitivity because we're experiencing spiritual growth and opening up to more people or more experiences, or our psychic abilities and focusing on those. I do feel like this message is intended to help us find a healthy way to do that, so that we don't give too much of ourselves to the point where we help and then we give everything that we can and more, and then we need a lot of time off to recuperate and regenerate. And the key to do that for some of us is our diet. our eating habits, what we eat, what we drink, when we eat, and for others, these dietary changes are going to give us the direction we need, point us in the right direction in terms of what other changes we could be making to have a healthy lifestyle for ourselves so that we may help those around us. So, the Ace of Cups tells us that we may have been overwhelmed. Okay, with the Ace of Cups, this is beautiful energy and new emotional beginnings and new emotional and psychic experiences, definitely. But if we're not careful, our emotions can overflow. Our emotions can overwhelm us to the point where we feel drained, to the point that we can't take all these emotions. We don't know what to do with them. They're overwhelming us. And I do feel like it's our emotions because we are going through these experiences, but also because we are so sensitive now, we are picking up on the emotions and the state of mind of other people, the people around us. We're picking up on what happens in the world, good or bad, but it stays with us because we are so sensitive right now and we're increasing our sensitivity. And so that can be very, very overwhelming and can be very, very draining. The Six of Cups talks about, for me, it talks about remembering what your purpose is, remembering why you started to do what you did, okay, or what you're trying to do with the Six of Cups. This is go back to basics, go back to the beginning. Focus on harmony and balance, because 6 is a number that talks about harmony, balance, healthy give and take. And so with the Six of Cups, this is talking about taking some time to meditate upon why is it that we started on this path in the first place, or kind of centering ourselves, I feel, okay, in terms of what is it that I have to offer, and how are things going for me? Is this a healthy way? How long can I keep this up for? Do I need to make changes? What is it that I need to do to restore balance in my life? Because I feel like balance is a big theme for us this weekend in general, but during this weekend in particular, because we are given the opportunity to make some changes, some healthy changes to restore balance in our lives for a long time to come, all right? So that we may keep going and we may keep healing and helping ourselves and those around us. And the Page of Cups is a card that talks about new stages. We are going through new stages in our emotional development and our spiritual development, personal development, whatever the case may be. This is a general reading, remember, so take away the messages, not necessarily the specific examples that come to mind as I'm doing the reading. Because it can be anything, all right? It depends what you're most focused on at this time. And we all help other people more or less in one way or another. And so the Page of Cups talks about new emotional experiences, new spiritual, psychic experiences that are about to happen, okay? That are trying to occur in our environment, to us, to those around us. And it does talk about refreshing energy, a breath of fresh air, a new energy that is required to keep us going in a healthy direction. Apricot with rejoice and laugh, okay, with the number 20. This is boiling down to a number 2, which is all about our balance, okay? So once again, balance and give and take, giving and receiving in a healthy way. Restoring our energy levels and keeping them at a healthy medium, okay, in a healthy balance. And I feel like rejoicing and laughing is important. I do feel that for those of us who are empaths, when we pick up energy from those around us, good and bad, what I tend to find is that it dissipates eventually, but what we are left with is some sort of residue, negativity, if you will, that if we're not careful can put us in a bit of a tailspin and a bit of downward spiral, and it can really drain us. And I do feel that laughing is very healthy. Laughing is a positive and constructive way of releasing that residue, of releasing that energy, as opposed to letting it eat us up inside, okay? So I do feel like that is why joy and laughter shows up for us this weekend. And it is also talking about balancing things out, because we do pick up on the positive, but more often than not, unfortunately, we pick up on the negative, because we are so sensitive, and we are sensitive to low vibrations as well. And so it shows up to tell us that maybe it's time to focus on some positive things this week, and maybe it's time to watch a comedy as opposed to the news. And the news these days is very either dramatic or shocking or just terrifying altogether, okay, I find at least. And so maybe it's time to watch cartoons, to watch a comedy, to watch something that makes you laugh, watch something that is fun, so that you may rejoice, as opposed to watching something that makes you feel afraid or sad or any of those lower vibration energies. Focus upon divine and perfect health. Okay, so Archangel Michael is asking us to focus on our health, and I feel like this is our spiritual health, mental health, emotional health, just health and well-being in general. And remember, we do have to incorporate the divine, okay, in our health, because I do feel like this talks directly to our healing abilities, and our willingness to help others, to give to others, to be there for other people. And so this is just asking us, yes, focus on everyone else who you can help, but at the same time, focus on yourself as well. And you can do a lot more when you work from that healthy balance, okay? Because if you just give, there's only so much you can give, and before you know it, that's it, you're done. You've given everything you could and more. You cannot help people anymore. You cannot help yourself anymore. And there you have it, probably developing some physical illnesses, because the emotional, the spiritual, the mental really reflects in the physical body. And so if you're out of energy and out of anything else that you can give, who else are you helping? Who are you helping? Okay, it's not healthy, and it's not productive. It's not constructive for the long run, for you or for the people around you. Because if for example, someone depends on you and you don't take care of yourself, what happens when you can't help them anymore? What are they going to do? Where are they going to go? So it is just asking us to, yes, keep doing what you're doing and help people, but at the same time, help yourself, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, because you are experiencing spiritual growth, personal growth. You are becoming more sensitive and opening up to new experiences, to do with helping people, to do with surrounding yourself with people, sharing what you have with people, your experience, or whatever else you can. So it's really important that you focus on a healthy way to do that if you want to do that for the long run. Because, like I said, if not, it's not going to be you're not going to be able to keep this up for too long, okay? And at the same time, they're asking me to say that you are a role model. People admire you for what you do, so they do pay attention to what you're doing. So you want to teach them as well that healthy habits are important, and a healthy way of helping is important, okay? Because they do look up to you. Everyone looks up to you and admires you for what you do, but at the end of the day, you're setting an example for them. So try to bear that in mind as well in everything that you do. Make sure that you promote a healthy way of doing things, all right, to the best of your ability. Diet is important here. So the first step, I feel, is for us to look at our diet, our dietary habits, our habits when it comes to what we eat, what we drink, when we eat, etc. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to make positive eating and drinking choices, and for reducing or eliminating my cravings for unhealthful substances. So I feel like this weekend would be a really good weekend for us to maybe incorporate more fruit, more vegetables in our diet. Maybe drink more water, definitely, as opposed to juice or anything like that. Water, it's pure, it's cleansing. So maybe do that this weekend. And also I feel like look for something that you could do moving on, that you could do past this weekend, not just for this weekend, okay? I feel like do something that makes you feel good, do something that makes you happy, that makes you feel healthy, okay? That really truly nurtures your body, so that your soul is nurtured as well. And we also have consult a nutritionist. So this could be your next step, or our next step, because I'm looking at this as well. Dear Archangel Raphael, I turn my eating over to you and ask you to guide me to foods and beverages that taste good, are fulfilling, and support my ideal health and weight. So this is, obviously you can ask Archangel Raphael for guidance this weekend. He's always there. He's always helpful. You just have to ask him to help you. Archangel Michael to give you the strength and the courage to make these changes, to believe in yourself, and to shield you, okay, through your emotional, spiritual experiences. He will be there for you. He will protect you. And so work with them, and work with, any angel that you feel comfortable working with, that you feel drawn to work with, angel or archangel or your spirit guides, whatever works for you, okay? But you might want to look into talking to a nutritionist, or doing research, reading up on your own as to how nutrition works, how it influences, how what we eat influences who we are and how we feel, and so on and so forth, to get a better understanding of how that goes. You may also want to look into starting some sort of practice, maybe an energetic healing technique, okay, and getting a course in that. This could also represent talking to people with experience in this particular field. Maybe talking to, I'm seeing going to farms or going to farmers markets for some of us, and talking to the people growing the fruit, growing the vegetables, growing the plants. Maybe spend some time in nature, maybe plant flowers or trees or a vegetable garden, fruit trees or anything like that. I feel like that's really going to help you, because you're going to learn how things go. You're going to learn about the cycle of life, and new information, because obviously we know kind of how things go, but new information that ties it all in together, and that connects us to the earth, connects us to nature, and how everything works and how everything goes, and how we help or hinder or definitely influence each other. So there you have it, okay? This is the message for the weekend. It's a really, really strong guidance, advice for us to focus on our health, focus on our physical health, so that our emotional, mental, spiritual bodies may be healthy as well. Finding the balance, finding and keeping the balance in giving and receiving, and helping other people while at the same time nurturing ourselves. Maybe walking away from some bad habits, work with Archangel Michael with that. He can help you cut cords or shield you, protect you as you move forward, as you make these changes, so that you don't feel tempted to go back. Definitely incorporate laughter and joy in your weekend, okay, in any way you can. Just make sure you have fun. Just make sure you do something that makes you laugh. That is very, very important. And talk to a nutritionist, okay? I feel like just for the fun of it. If you don't want to take it too seriously, that's absolutely fine. But I feel like talk to a nutritionist, because they're going to have some information for you that's going to kind of shine light on some things for you, okay? Or talk to a nutritionist about how you can change your diet in a way that is going to work for you, that is going to make you happy, that is going to make you healthy, and that you can keep up with as time goes by. And like I say, definitely, because we have fruit everywhere, fruit and vegetables and water, okay, definitely spending time in nature, obviously that's always a good idea. But yeah, there you have it. This is our message for the weekend. I hope it helps. I hope it makes sense. Let me know what you think and how your weekend is going. Thank you so much for being here with me. I do appreciate all your support. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel, watching my videos, sharing them, liking them, just being interested in what I work in my work and what I do. Thank you so much for reaching out, for commenting, for all your emails, for all your comments, your posts. I do appreciate everything you do, truly. And I just wanted to take the time to say that. So there you have it. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, a healthy, balanced weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.